So I think we like this spot.
I need some cover.
There you go.
We've been waiting around for too long.
Oh yeah, that'll be nice.
But I can't see the woods.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna be here.
You gonna be in there. But it looks good. It's amazing. I'm glad it fits. Yeah, I don't know how much reclining I like having that feature though, but this is probably what I'm gonna be doing. It's rocking. Right. Like
Ready to go.
Favorite color?
Let's get in the car and you'll drive. We're leaving tonight. Away from these streets and the cold buzzing neon lights. Been keeping our heads above water, struggling and striving. We ain't gonna turn back this time. We'll just keep driving.
I.A.G Farms, it's all about God. I am running out. It's raining, but I'm running out to let my chickens out. Ooh, I want to get some feed for them. Because so the hens started laying, not in the chicken coop, but in a different spot. I'll show you behind the solar panel. So I want to go and let them out, even though it's raining, because I want to let them out a little early, so that they can go and peck and do their thing and they don't feel trapped inside the chicken coop. So I'm gonna head down, get some feed for them, let them out really quickly, and yeah, even though it's raining, it's beautiful out here. It's like beautiful and fresh and the air smells great. So I'm enjoying running around the farm. Got a little feed for the chickens and I'm gonna let them out. Need to clean out this chicken coop. Alright, so next up on the list is to clean the coop out. I think I can scoop that stuff out pretty easily. So I'm going to give this a good clean out a little later. So I thought it was going to be a quick thing of me scooping it out, but apparently I need the drill because the other side is not open. So I'm going to go ahead and grab the drill really quick. I.A.G Farms, it's all about God. Welcome to our kitchen at I.A.G Farms. I want to walk you through basically how you can save money on your grocery budget, cook home more, and do it more simply, and basically how we survived on a $300 a month grocery budget. I have part of my grocery haul back here. We no longer have a $300 a month grocery budget. We've been able to increase that. And also, I no longer shop at, the big box stores like Sam's Club is where I used to shop, but it's kind of like a Costco or a similar store if you have one like that near you. But I still, use those same principles, or at least now I'm getting back to using those same principles now that our beautiful kitchen, check this out, now that our beautiful kitchen is complete, except for the open shelving. But as far as my cooking, cleaning, everything, it's complete. So I'm fully ready to start making things from scratch, making things at home. And I'm gonna go through basically how you can do that and do it simply. So here is part of my grocery haul. You can just kind of see, this is not everything, but it's enough to show you how I shop and how I'm able to save money while getting my groceries. And basically the most important thing you can do when you go to the grocery store is to have a strategy. And my strategy when we had a $300 a month grocery budget was to purchase the meats first. And it's pretty easy because you'll know exactly how much of your budget is going towards your meats and be able to calculate it really quickly because they're bigger, bulkier items. So I think these run around $10. I know they run around $10. I think they were just at 10 when we did this grocery haul. Usually they're 10 and some change, maybe 10.33. Can't remember exactly, but they're around $10 per 3-pound tub for ground turkey. So I guess you're looking at, what is that, $3 a pound? So that's around $3 a pound for your ground turkey. I buy or would purchase about 4 is probably my minimum. If I don't have any farm fresh meat, I could use as much as 5 if I'm planning to do a lot of recipes that require ground meat. But generally I get around 4. And then another saver here are these chicken drumsticks. I can usually, even still now, get these for 99 cents or around $1 a pound. This is a 5-pound bag here, and it was only $5. So that's a really inexpensive meat, and it's really good. There are a lot of good quick ways to cook it. I have a really nice tasty recipe for oven fried chicken drumsticks, or like oven baked chicken drumsticks that are crispy and delicious. And if you are making daily bread, you can use the breadcrumbs from your own daily bread, which is going to save you even more. So the trick here to simplifying your groceries and saving money is having less things that you buy at the store. Like every time you buy one individual item, that's costs money. But if you buy the items to make your breads, and you make another loaf of bread that's cents on the dollar for making a loaf of bread using ingredients, flour and oil, that I already have. So that's saving me, is simplifying the amount of items that I buy. And it's pretty easy. If you make one batch, you're going to come up with 2 French loaves if you do it in loaves. Eat one that day, toss one in the freezer to make breadcrumbs later. So this is a really good thing to pick up. I also picked up chicken thighs, but I've already taken them out to the deep freezer. It used to be when I was shopping at like the Sam's Club, the big box stores, the same price. I could get the chicken thighs also for 99 cents. Leg quarters run about the same as well. You can get a good price on those. And so I have a couple pallets also of chicken thighs. I haven't been able to get as good a price of those at the smaller stores like the Kroger and stores like that. It's around $1.29 per pound or so. This sausage is about $3 a pound. And then I have one really great thing that you can also do is to buy a bigger meat that is on sale or that you can get a reasonable price for. This month, I have turkey. So this is a turkey breast. This can become several meals, at least 3 meals. So I'll be able to make a soup out of this, probably some sort of chicken pot pie, and we can eat it as sliced turkey. So you can actually have several meals, and then don't throw those bones away. Freeze them, use them later, make broth out of them, and you can use your broth as the starters to make your own cream of soups or soup. Just add some noodles, some carrots, and more meat, or however you want to do it. But you can use this. So that's 4 meals or 3 meals and a starter for another meal. So you can also get, I've done roast before. If pork roast is a good price, you can do the same thing with that. You can have it, you know, sliced with veggies like potatoes and carrots. Then you can also have it as a pulled pork the next day. Then you can also make a stew out of it. And you're going to use these same ingredients that you see here to make all of those items. I didn't buy barbecue sauce, but guess what? I could actually make the sauce if I wanted to. So that's basically where you start is with your meats. And another key thing to this, remember when I said start with a strategy? You're going to write down the meals that you intend to make or that you want to make. Or I now have about 10 to 15. I have to write them down or get where I've written them down. How many tried and true recipes that I have, and make sure you get the ingredients for them and that they're basic and they don't require a whole lot of different ingredients. So, you know, I know chicken, this will be turkey pot pie, but I know I can do turkey pot pie. I know that I can use the sausage, not just as sides, but as a sausage and rice dish or in a jambalaya. I have several recipes where I can do the chicken drumsticks. I have the oven fried chicken. I can do barbecue chicken with these. I can do chicken and gravy with these. And I know I can make all of these with the ingredients that I have here. And that's very important. You want to have a list of meals. So it's kind of like meal planning, but it's very loose meal planning for those of you that don't like to plan out every day, every meal, what you're going to have. As long as you have enough options of meals that are easy for you to cook, you can decide a couple of days before or at the beginning of the week which meals you are going to prepare that week. And the only thing is, just make sure the day before you know what meals you're going to prepare the next day, because you'll need your meat to be unthawed and ready to go. That is another key to cooking your meals at home. Have your meat unthawed and ready to go that morning or that night so that you don't have to like defrost it or worry with it. It becomes easier and simpler for you to work with that meat that's unthawed. So I think I bought 4 of these. Actually, I only took 2 out, but I'm going to make my own hot dog buns, and this could be an easy lunch for us as long as I have my daily bread dough made and my hot dog buns made that day. Or it could be a dinner if I pair it with, say I make chili one day and have leftover chili. Then we can have chili dogs, which would make it more substantial. And I pair it with something else, maybe some raw carrots, or if I wanted to do some sort of French fry or baked potato, I have potatoes that I could pair it with. So that could become also a dinner or a lunch. So you see what I mean about writing down your meals and having some different options of what all these meats can become when you buy them. So you're being intentional. You're buying meats that can become meals that also can become multiple different meals, right? So I already said I could do sausage and rice. I could do biscuits and gravy and put sausage in my gravy. I could do just sausage even just on the side of pancakes or waffles for breakfast. So those are some different options for me in terms of those different meats. I have a chicken still left over from my last grocery haul, so I know I have that available to do a similar thing that I would do with the turkey. And so this is where you start. You know, this is kind of like your most expensive item, and you know, your big ticket item, you start there and you budget from there. So say you spend $100 or $150 on your meats, right? Then you know you have $200 or $150 left to spend on everything else, and these items should be less expensive. So my second thing was making sure I had something to pair with the meats to make it more substantial, because then we'll just end up eating more meat and my meals won't stretch as far. So potatoes are a great way to have an inexpensive item that is so versatile. This can become so many different sides, so many different meals, so many different things. So you can just take these potatoes, peel them, and shred them with the regular little box shredder and make your own hash browns. That can be in meals, or it can be a meal itself if you just fry it up on a griddle. It can become mashed potatoes. It can become potato salad. It can become baked potatoes. All those are fairly easy things to make, especially you're talking about your baked potatoes. You can make your own French fries. You can make your own home fries. And I'm trying to think, and you can just simply dice them up, pair them with your carrots. And this is like the more expensive way to buy carrots. If you were just going to buy them in bulk or buy the whole carrot, that's less expensive. But this is more of a convenience item for me that I can use for lunches. And I don't have to cut carrots. I can just toss them in with my big meats, my meats that I'm roasting in the oven. If I were doing, say, a big pork roast or turkey or chicken, that's something easy to do. So you can literally just peel them, cut them up, pair them with the carrots, and then you've got a meal that can become 3 meals very, very easily. So potatoes are a huge side that you can use, and that way you don't end up spending so much money buying different box sides and box rices. Although I'm buying box rice, when I was shopping at the big box store, I could get a huge container that would last, I think, 3 meals for my family. And so it would be like having 6 of these, and it literally made these around $1 a piece, because I was paying somewhere around $6 or $7. So these would be only $1 a piece. I think I paid maybe $1.49, somewhere around that for them. I can't remember, but that would give me bulk of the yellow rice. I also did the same thing. I bought a 10-pound bag of white rice. You can still get white rice fairly inexpensively at any grocery store. So that's another good side item that can pair well with your meat and with your veggies. You can toss veggies in with these if you wanted a meatless meal, or you could do sausage and rice very easily. You could do yellow rice and peppers. You could pair it with eggs for kind of like a fried rice. Same goes with this white rice. You can make your own jambalayas very, very easily because you got like a tomato base. I've even used salsa, makes a great jambalaya, putting a little bit of that in, because then you don't have to add peppers or onions because it has peppers and onions in it. So it makes a really great quick jambalaya. So potatoes are big and they are very inexpensive. These were only $2. They were on sale, of course, but they were only $2 for a 5-pound bag. So I got 4 of them. Then for your next really important item is going to be your flours. Your flour is very important. I have some whole wheat flour here, and then I also have just general all-purpose flour. I used to buy, I think it was a 20-pound, 25-pound bag of flour that I could get, just bulk flour, and I would buy all-purpose flour and baking powder, and that way I can make any of the batters that I needed to make. I made my own pancake batter. I made my own waffle batter, and I'm getting back to that now, yay! So you can make all those batters just with the basis of your flour, as long as you have butter and eggs. Eggs are a really important thing too. You're going to use it for the basis of all your cookies, your banana bread, your different so all your different little pancake batter, waffle batter, they require eggs as well. I often have farm fresh eggs, but we only have 2 chickens now. We will increase that come spring. There was a time where I had so many farm fresh eggs that we were able to give away and even sell some. But now, when you have the flour, you can make a lot of different things. Even your gravies and your cream of soups that are going to be additions to some of the items that you use with your meats, you can make those yourself. You do not have to buy a can of cream of whatever. You don't have to buy gravy. You can make all that using your meats. And then if you have that large meat like the whole chicken or the turkey breast, or even the bone from the roast, you can use those as stocks that will go in your gravy. When I even brown my ground meat and have the drippings from the ground turkey, you can use that as a basis for making a gravy or including in like a cream of stock. You can use it as just a broth or a stock to add to or make another dish. So the flour is really, really important. Along with the flour, you need to have your basic ingredients like your oil, your butter, your eggs, and your sugars. I like to have the brown sugar so I can make cinnamon rolls and other different things that are going to require a heartier brown sugar. I use it also in my banana bread. I use it in my ooey gooey maple syrup cookies. So that's super important. And as long as you have your milk, your butter, and your flour, and then your eggs, you can make all those basic batters. You can make your banana bread. You can make your waffle batter. You can make your pancake batter. Also, you just need to make sure you have your sugar as well. So those are really important, also very inexpensive items, especially if you can buy the bulk flour, then it's super inexpensive. I like that I can get wheat flour as well now, and it's a little bit more expensive to buy it this way. But if you can get bulk flour, we just don't have a place nearby where I can get it right now. But so this is fine, and the upside of that is I don't have to just have all-purpose flour. I can have some whole wheat flour thrown in there too. Also, I have cornmeal. You can make your cornbreads or your corn muffins. They are really good to go beside some of your stews that you're gonna make. That's another thing you can make with flour. Is biscuits to pair with your, biscuits and gravy. Your gravy you're making with your own milk and flour. But yeah, so this is good to pair. So make sure you have some cornmeal. You can buy that very inexpensively as well. And you already are going to be having the milk and the egg and the oil that you need. So once you get the cornmeal, the rest of the ingredients are already in your grocery haul. So that's perfect. That's one simple item that you can add, and you already have the ingredients to make the cornbread that you need. So we've got all our milk. We talked about the milk, the oil, the butter, the eggs, all those things that you need as the basis to make your own banana breads, cookies, all those snacky type items, as well as your pancakes and your waffles that you're going to do for your breakfast items. So the next thing I want to talk about are the veggies. So for vegetables, you're going to, once you buy all your meats, you got your big category of your meats and your starches, then you kind of need to see, what do I have left that I can buy the veggies, and can I buy fresh and frozen, whatever's on sale, right? So if you have some things that are fresh that are on sale, and often at the stores like your Sam's, I could buy bulk green beans and bulk broccoli, and it was really inexpensive. So I would just get that, and then I'd add whatever canned vegetables that I need. So I've got peas, carrots, and then I've got some green beans and some corn back there. They're on sale. If you buy 4, you get a discount at, the smaller store that I go to now. But, you could buy large amounts of the canned goods. I bought a large can of corn once, I think, and broke it down into individual Ziploc bags for my meals. So that's an option too if you want to buy the big bulk can that they sell and then break it down into Ziploc bags. You can do that to save. Another really inexpensive way to add vegetables to the grocery haul is dried beans. These are a really great meal. A lot of times we eat them just as a meal. If we have a pig that we've harvested, we have ham hocks from that pig, we'll season it up with the ham hock and the peas, and then pair it with some cornbread, and that's a meal for us. You can also, you don't have to have a meat. You can use the broth from a meat and season these beans. So that's a really good way to add a vegetable that is really the main course with your dried beans. You can do this also with lima beans or butter beans. You can buy those dried. So other things, I often get peppers because I can toss those in with noodles. I can toss them in with eggs. Eggs are also a great way to do a quick breakfast item. You can pair it with your pancakes or with your waffles, or you can just do eggs. You can do omelets. You can do eggs with peppers that are scrambled, and that's a meal for breakfast. This is another convenience item, but you could just buy a large amount of lettuce and wash it and chop it yourself. But I'm going to do burgers probably for lunch one day, so this will be really quick if I do it for lunch or dinner. Also, this is quick to put on top of tacos. I'm gonna do tacos one day as well. And then you're gonna need your fruits. I bought apples because they were a reasonable price, and a bunch of bananas because they were always run around 50 cents per pound. So that's a great way to add fruit to my grocery haul within my budget. So you're gonna think about ways to get those fruits and veggies in your budget by picking the ones that are on sale, because usually they are, especially your fresh items, and finding the ones that are on sale, but then pairing it, also making sure you have some canned veggies and some fresh veggies. Also, I really love frozen veggies. When those are on sale, you can get those as well. So by the time you get to your veggies and your fruits, you're probably down to around $50 or so. It's so easy to spend a lot in, especially the fresh fruit and vegetable section. So if I decide, oh wait, no, I'm getting close to the end of my budget, I cannot buy these carrots, I buy the big bulk carrots, right? So it's easier to make decisions at that point about which vegetables I can buy. Maybe I need to buy more dried vegetables this time, or maybe I need to buy more canned, depending on what's on sale, what's not on sale, what's expensive, what's in season, and what's not in season. Oftentimes you can buy things that are in season, but then make sure you have some sort of like meal plan or recipe for it. You can't just buy it because it's on sale, but make sure it fits within your other items. You have what you need to make that dish. With vegetables though, it doesn't really matter as much. A lot of times you can just, whatever it is, you can saute it up. If zucchini's on sale, if squash is on sale, you just saute it up with some onions and seasonings. So a lot of times with the vegetables, you don't have to have a really good recipe. You can just buy what's on sale and saute it up. So that's a wonderful thing. And then the last thing would be things you need to buy to complete the meal. Really, these noodles go more with your starch items, those big ticket items, but you'll need some noodles. I make probably a variation on spaghetti every week. You can do just your typical ground turkey and spaghetti, and then you have plenty of sauce. Then if I have money in the budget to buy mozzarella cheese and cottage cheese, I can do a lasagna, and I use same ground turkey and the sauce, same sauces. Or I could just buy a different type of noodle. If you buy the macaroni noodles instead of the spaghetti noodles, you can use the same ground turkey and then your sauce, and then you just sprinkle a little bit of your favorite cheese. It could be one of those pork cheeses, or it could be a little Parmesan cheese on top, or some sort of shredded cheddar cheese. Sprinkle that on top, and that's a totally different meal that your family will love. So I buy these sauces. So I've done the lasagna one week. If I have the money for cheese, if not, I'll just do spaghetti again. But then I have the regular spaghetti. Then I can also do the kind of cheesy, beefy macaroni spaghetti. And then you've got enough variation. I could even do, instead of doing spaghetti, I could just roll it up with some of my breadcrumbs that I can make from my daily bread and make meatballs and spaghetti. And then you've got 4 different variations of spaghetti using all the same ingredients. The only time I need to buy some different ingredients is if I do the lasagna. Then I need to buy a lot of mozzarella cheese and the cottage cheese. You only need to buy a little bit of cheese if you're going to do the cheesy beefy macaroni spaghetti. So that's pretty much it for my sauces. All the other sauces you can make using a cream-based sauce. It's not tomato-based, it's probably going to be a cream-based. You can make that with your milk and your butter and your flour. And you can add whatever meat you wanted to that, or you can add some veggies, like some broccoli or something like that. You can do a chicken version of the spaghetti using that cream-based gravy, your chicken, and then your noodles, and maybe even toss in some broccoli for all-in-one meal. So that's pretty much my entire grocery haul and how you kind of pare things down to these three major categories of having your meats. You know, that's going to be the majority of your budget. Then your starches are probably going to be the least expensive, but super important. You're going to get your potatoes, make sure you have your flour, and then your pastas and things like that. Yeah, these really need to go over in this section. But your pastas as well. And then you need to make sure you have some type of tomato sauce or tomatoes. I like to get salsa. I used to get a big, large thing of salsa, and you can use that as a basis for different sauces. But you want to make sure you have your salsa. Also, it's another thing. I pick up some sweet relish. I can use that for if I want to make turkey salad with my leftover turkey, or chicken salad, or I can even make potato salad. So those are some items that really, as long as you have this ingredient, you can get, you know, I was making my own mayo. You can actually make your own mayo with a little bit of vinegar, egg, and oil. So I made the mayo from ingredients I already had, and then once I have the relish, that's the basis for a lot of my salads that I can make, and that includes the ingredients I have, but makes variations on these different meals. So that's really how I was able to cook meals at home simply. You know, I was still working at that time, and I was able to make the meals and make the bread at night before, and sometimes I would even make the batters, like my pancake batter and my waffle batter, in advance. And you can definitely do it if you just start with your meats, have your starches, and have a strategy. That is one of the key things, like having a strategy, knowing what meals you're going to make. You don't have to know exactly what day you're going to make them, but knowing what you're going to make that month, and then making sure you have the ingredients for that. And I just, you know, you can make spaghetti basically 4 times in a month and have the ingredients for that, and even do a little bit of a twist on it so your family doesn't get bored with it. But, you know, now that you've seen my grocery haul and basically just the method that you can use to simplify the groceries that you're buying, reduce the cost, and make multiple meals using items that you're buying, and then increasing the amount of those items, the bulk, buying those items in bulk, and then being able to have different meals for your family. I just want to share with y'all a testimony of how we got here and how we got to this point. When Tim and I first got married, we actually were on food stamps. We had food stamps, and we made the decision to cut up the card and to not be on those food stamps. Tim called me and he was like, I really feel led to cut up the food stamp card. And I was like, all right, let's do it. He told me to cut up the card, and I cut up the card, and we didn't look back. And in the past, we've even gotten I can remember the situation where we got off week, and we needed, you know, the food. We could definitely use and need the food stamps at that time, and the WIC. And, you know, we used it until the Lord kind of moved in us to not be on it anymore. And we were actually in our backyard working on a chicken coop. And it was time to renew the WIC, and I had an appointment set up. You know, I was going back and forth to the appointments, and it just seemed like we were doing the appointments. I had, I think, 2 or 3 kids at the time. It seems like the appointments were just, you know, kept coming up, and we were trying to redo our chicken coop. And it was just that moment, it was like, I need to be investing my time in making a way for us to have farm-raised food instead of going to get or pick up or recertify for the food that really was just low quality a lot of times. And it was just kind of a shift for us, you know, where we were like, we're gonna spend our time and invest our time in using our hands that the Lord has given us to let Him grow and produce, use our hands to produce the food that He grows with His sun and His light and His water, His rain. So we just decided at that point to go off of the WIC as well and to focus more on raising food. And you know, we've gotten away from that just because we've been establishing here and establishing Emma, but I'm excited to get back to it and to have more chickens, more eggs, more farm fresh food. I'm excited to get to gardening and doing a lot of that different stuff. But basically, this is a path that the Lord has us on, and you can definitely decrease your dependency on the grocery store by making meals at home instead of buying bread. You can make your own bread. It's cheaper, and you think, oh, well, bread's not that expensive, and it's not. You know, it's maybe, you know, around $1, $1.50. Sometimes it can be up to $3 a loaf, but the quality of your bread is going to be so different. And then you're learning how to do something that's going to turn into, now I'm not just making bread. I can take that bread and make hot pockets and make rolls and make hot dog buns. And then all those little $2 items become just $20 of flour and oil and yeast. And all of a sudden I can make as many rolls, loaves of bread, hot pockets, etc., as I want to throughout the month. And that is what is priceless, is not just you, you know, saving $2 or $1. It's the Lord having you on this journey where you're learning how to make your own food. And that is going to turn into you learning how to make more and more and more things. My one daily bread recipe, I can probably make at least 10 things I can think of right now. Cinnamon rolls, rolls for sandwiches, rolls for hamburgers, hot dog buns, hot pockets. That's 5 things right there. I'm going to use it to make Cinnamon Toast Crunch cereal. I've never done that before. I use it for breadcrumbs as a in my meatloaf, meatballs, all those things. So it's, you know, not just knowing how to make bread that has become so many different staple items in our, you know, everyday food that we're eating. So it's just been amazing that, you know, you think sometimes you're losing when the Lord leads you, you know, cut up the car, or, you know, don't go this way, go another way. But we really did gain so much more. So that is a huge testimony. And the reason we were able to stay on a $300 grocery budget was because of the Lord, and He definitely led us, and He will definitely lead you in terms of what to buy from the grocery store, how to plan, what to do, what to grow yourself, because we just have such a testimony of His faithfulness. Sometimes I would even come to the end of the grocery haul and think, I don't have anything to make, and He would give me an amazing creative idea that was better than I could have thought of, and those meals became staple meals for my family. As always, it's I.A.G Farms. It's all about God. We will see you on the next one.